Hey everyone, it's Monica. Welcome back to my Bible journaling channel. Today is Memory Verse Monday, and today's memory verse comes to us from the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. I'm going to read it right away here. Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. So I'm going to give you a nerd alert right off the bat here, and I say that in jest a little bit, but I did make use of some mathematical symbols on the page here, so when we get to that part, just be aware I do have a love for math in my heart and was really excited to incorporate these symbols on the page. And here's the first one. It has kind of a swoopy on the top and an equal sign on the bottom with a slash through it. And it means neither approximately or actually equal to. And the one right under it is the symbol for does not precede. And I thought that was really fitting for the relationship between the anger of man and the righteousness of God that James is talking about here in James chapter 1. So I thought, how could I not use these mathematical symbols in my journaling Bible to try to get this point across? And you can see that I did create a template on a piece of scratch paper here in order to make sure all my letters were going to fit in. I wasn't sure about such a long word like righteousness and how I would fit it into the margin, but I made it work out. And here you can see I began the page by drawing a banner here in the corner. And my original plan was to put some really fun newspaper style text onto this banner, but it just ended up being too tiny. And so instead I just went with really bold, big capital letters, and I think it still gets the job done. And although this phrase isn't part of the memory verse for the week, I thought it's such a good theme throughout the book of James that I wanted to be sure that I had it on the first page of the book of James, just to set the tone that this is all about taking action with the faith that we have in Jesus. And you can see so far I'm just using my PITT artist pens here to do some text and some outlines, and here I'm using a brush pen to make these mathematical symbols quite bold to get that idea across. And again, that first symbol means neither approximately or actually equal to, and the second one does not precede. And I thought this is such a good reminder to me of how the anger that is sometimes in my heart, we all get angry, that's not leading to that righteousness of God that should really be the ultimate goal of my life. So before I add the remaining text to the page that comes directly out of the memory verse, I wanted to go in and color in my banner here. I have some tutorials on how to draw banners, and so I will link those in the description box below for you. I use the same exact principles here, it's just slightly a different shape of banner. And I went in with black first on the back of the banner that's kind of wrapping around to add some shadowing, and then went over it with the brown. And here you can see I'm just going over the initial lettering with a thicker pen to make it show up a bit better and be a bit more bold. And then on the front of the banner here, I had gone in with some black just right along the edges, and here I'm adding some brown just to make it stand out against the cream colored page of my Bible. And then I'm going in and adding some shadowing in the background, and you can imagine perhaps the light source coming from the left, and so all of my shadowing is going to the right of each piece of this banner. And it's darkest right up against the banner, and then it kind of fades out slightly as it heads toward the right. And it's definitely not perfect, but it gets the idea across. So I used the same color of PITT pen here to underline the Bible verse itself, and to also underline that phrase, be a doer. And here I used the same grid that I had created for my original lettering, and just added these 3 quick phrases from the memory verse: quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. And I feel like those are some of the main themes in the memory verse this week, and I do best when I make a visual reminder for myself. So this was a super simple video today, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this encourages you to hop into James chapter 1 for yourself. Let's all meditate on these things as we strive to go after the righteousness of God in our own lives. Enjoy your time in the Word of God. It is amazing, and I pray that you are having a blessed day today.